You know, in the absolute pressure cooker of the Big 12 tournament, some players just rise to the occasion. But every now and then, a player doesn't just rise. They take over completely. Tonight, we're breaking down a performance that was way more than just a win. It was a masterclass. So about 30 minutes before the game even starts, West Virginia's coach, Ross Hodge, he lays out the game plan, and you can just hear it in his voice. He knew there was this one player, this force of nature, who could single-handedly wreck everything they were trying to do. The only question was, could they possibly stop him? Well, that answer came pretty quick, and it was a hard no. From the opening tip, it was crystal clear this was going to be AJ DeBonce's night. He came out with this aggressive mindset, just looking to dominate from the jump, and man, he did not disappoint. So what makes a guy like that so unstoppable? Well, it's this lethal combination. You've got the incredible footwork to get by defenders, you've got the raw athleticism to power right through contact, and then the pure finesse to finish at the rim. It's this triple threat that just leaves defenders looking absolutely helpless. And this right here, this is his go-to move. He hits him with a quick inside-out dribble to get to his spot. Then he creates just enough space with this subtle but totally devastating step back. And by then, it's already too late. That little sliver of separation is all he needs. I mean, this quote just perfectly captures what makes him so special. He doesn't just score, he finds these impossible angles. He can twist his body, adjust in midair to avoid a block, and still somehow kiss the ball off the glass. It's just a rare, beautiful thing to watch. And the result of all that skill? A staggering 17 points by halftime. That was more than half of his team's total. He was a one-man wrecking crew, and West Virginia was just trying to hang on for dear life. But hey, this is tournament basketball, right? No lead is ever safe. West Virginia wasn't just gonna roll over and quit. They came roaring out in the second half with a whole new game plan. Just fight back with pure toughness and collective grit. And so the same half became this fascinating battle of styles. On one side, you had BYU, still leaning on the individual brilliance of their star. And on the other, West Virginia answering with this hard-nosed, gritty team basketball, determined to match all that finesse with their own brand of toughness. And you saw the shift almost immediately. A perfectly run pick and roll, and bam, Brennan Laurian throws it down with authority. You could literally feel the energy in the building just completely flip on that one play. And then it was Chance Moore's turn, crashing the offensive boards, just refusing to give up on the play and getting the tough putback to fall. See, West Virginia was feeding off this relentless energy, just scrapping and clawing for every single point. And the result was this huge momentum swing. What was once a comfortable 11-point BYU lead, well, that suddenly shrank all the way down to just 4. This was anyone's game now, and you could just feel the pressure mounting. Okay, so with the game hanging in the balance, BYU needed someone, anyone, to stop the bleeding. They needed a closer to step up and just slam the door shut on this comeback. And wouldn't you know it, this spark came from a bit of an unexpected source. Dominic Tiamande, who'd been pretty quiet all season, suddenly just explodes with his burst of energy on both ends. His defense was disruptive, and get this, on offense, every single one of his field goals was a powerful, momentum-killing dunk. The formula for winning became dead simple. Just like the commentators were saying, all BYU needed was a couple of key buckets, a couple of crucial defensive stops. If they could just pull that off, they could finally put this game away for good. And of course, when it mattered most, who gets the ball? DeBonce. He drives hard, absorbs all the contact, scores the bucket, and gets the foul. That was it. That was the dagger. The one play that just shattered West Virginia's comeback hopes for good. So when all the dust settled, what we were left with was just a masterclass. A truly historic performance in the art of scoring, and a powerful reminder of how one player can utterly take over a high-stakes tournament game. The announcers, I think, summed it up perfectly. They said he has a PhD at scoring, but this innate sense of how to use his body to create space. He's that contortionist who can finish from literally any angle. And in the end, the opposing coach's fear before the game was spot on. He was just too big, too fast. The final score, BYU 86, West Virginia 73. A really hard-fought game, but in the end, one player's brilliance was the difference maker. And with that, BYU moves on to face a tough Houston Cougars team in the quarterfinals, where they're going to need another heroic performance to keep going. So that leaves us with one last question to chew on. When you combine that kind of overwhelming individual dominance with timely team contributions and the poise to close a game out under all that pressure, is this the blueprint? Is this the anatomy of a perfect tournament performance? And maybe, more importantly, can anyone stop a team that's figured it out?